see something here. So it says we're streaming. Do 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 do.
You're listening to the Lanterns Radio Network. We are the network dedicated to empowering the individual, illuminating the truth, defending American exceptionalism, and inspiring future generations. Stay connected and get involved at Lanterns.buzz for great radio. Get commentary and news of the day. Lanterns.buzz.
Common sense, comedy, and freedom. You found the defenders of American exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network.
Hello, everybody. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Oh, my name is Dylan. Steven is not in the building. Ooh,
no, but I am here.
Wrong button. Give me a minute.
Uh-oh. What are you doing?
I pushed a button.
Stop pushing buttons. Oh, my goodness.
Whoa. Yeah, okay. So this is going to be a giant train wreck, everybody. Just so y'all are aware, right out the gate, so there's no surprises. Unfortunately,
in control.
I know. This is so going to be bad. Okay, so this just is a brief thing. Anybody who's not aware of it, officially, North Carolina is closed. Completely shut down. We've packed it in.
It's closed.
We're no longer in service. We'll check back with us tomorrow. Apparently, snowpocalypse has hit.
Hey, yeah.
So, Steven, unfortunately, was not able to travel to get here, which means I'm running the show, which is frightening, to say the least.
But yes, frightening.
As we could just clearly see, I'm doing a phenomenal job so far. So, this just proves couldn't do this by myself. Anyway. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Right. It'll be fine.
We'll live. I've done worse. I've done worse shows. Yeah. You want to hear bad shows? Go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning. That'll make your.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It'll be bad for you.
It is. It's a bad thing. It's so bad.
It's bad for your health. Very, very bad for your health. Speaking of bad for your health, we have some good stories for you tonight.
We do. There, I just I realized the entire time on Facebook Live we haven't transitioned anything over. I'm telling you, this is a massive train wreck. So bear with us if you possibly can. We do have a great show planned for you tonight. A couple stories going into apparently slavery is not quite as gone and forgotten as we like to think it is.
Especially not in America. What is it? California and North Carolina.
California and our own North Carolina. We've kind of apparently are.
One was a national story. The other one just kind of hit.
Yeah, it did. And I
don't understand it.
Not proud, by to say the least.
No.
The other one we're going to go into when we come back from the break. We're going to talk about Bradley Manning.
You mean Chelsea?
Currently, Chelsea Manning, formerly known, the private formerly known as Brad. I think it's instead of the artist formerly known as Prince, it'll be the the private formerly known as Brad.
Where's
Apparently,
the cowbell for that one? Because that's a double entendre.
I know. Well, this is the weird part is I have full control of the bell. God help us all. So I'm literally in control of everything. This is gonna be.
It's not a good show.
No, it's not. But you know what? I have fun doing it, and that's all that really matters.
Yep.
But yes, apparently the private formerly known as Brad is making a bid for the Senate. Yay! Yay!
Yay!
Even more exciting, and we need cake. And then finally, we're gonna tap into. Apparently, the government is being threatened to be shut down.
Again.
Again. Which
over DACA.
Who cares? We'll get into it because it irritates me. We do this all the time. No one ever learns anything. The exact same arguments come up virtually every 6 months. And so
yep.
I don't...
just kick the can down the road, kick the can down the road, kick the can down
exactly.
the road. We'll get to it.
Well, and like I said, and then we end up using the exact same ones, the exact same arguments, the exact same everything. It's always the same. Same excuses, all that crap. Nothing ever changes. And that's the part that irritates me. But we're going to hash that out at the third break of the show. So y'all stay tuned. It is going to be a blastity blast.
Yes.
Let's see.
Especially with you running the board. Don't forget, everybody, that we are live on Facebook at Defenders of American Exceptionalism, or you can go to Twitter at DOAE Show. You can use the hashtag #NowIKnow to tell us what you know about the show today.
Yes. Tell us what you do know, because it's kind of important that I know what you know, because it's important.
Or
or something. Something
like that.
So anyway, we're going to start off out of and you may not have. A lot of people may not have heard of.
I was going to say, you want to start off with the national.
That's what I was going to do. Yeah. I'm going to go with the national. So in case most of people should have heard this, but in case you haven't, so there was a situation in California where a 17-year-old girl escaped from her Paris home. As Perris, not Paris.
Paris, California.
Paris, California. She ran away from home to call the police to lead them back to arrest her parents for what they later found out was they had 13 kids who were malnourished to the point they all appeared much younger than what they actually were.
Well, that happens when you don't allow kids out in the sunlight and you shackle them to their beds and keep them malnourished.
It's called stunting their growth. And that literally is what it was. I believe there was a 29-year-old. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Like
it was young. Like someone is 30. I'm 36. So imagine like me, but looking like I'm 12. Like Steven. No, right.
Yeah, I mean, really. Steven, think about me, but also
Steven
was
malnourished. Bless his heart. No. The girl was so malnourished. Now, remember, the girl that went and called the cops, she was 17. The girl was so malnourished that they thought she was 10. 10 years old.
Right.
That's
they thought she was a 10-year-old girl, but she was 17.
Insane.
Yes, that's insane.
The state.
But
it was.
How about this, man? That is insane, and that is. Somehow that is a national coverage. But in our own backyard.
Yeah, exactly. Our
apparently a religious cult in our own backyard in Cumberland County.
Yes.
Where they kept people as slaves that weren't their family.
Yeah. At least in California it was their own kids. You know what I mean? They have that little weird, hey, we're just trying to breed children to do what we're supposed to do and blah blah blah. Yeah, at least there was that. But no, as you know, to take the same thing and go bring it back a little bit close to home.
For us.
Yeah, for us anyway. They held as young as 9 as slaves, forcing them to work in fish markets and to fund the group's operation.
This was going on for over 20 years.
Oh, yeah. And the authorities arrested 4 members of the group as part of an 11-month investigation with outstanding warrants over 6 of them. It's the woman reported to Raleigh police in March that the group used a personal information to generate fraudulent high school transcripts, which subsequently used to apply for admission to financial aid with the Wake Technical Community College. She alleged that the group used the financial aid money for its own operations. So
exactly. They also had a person who was he was mentally handicapped of the sort, and he actually broke out.
Yep.
And he was kind of like this California family situation. He found somebody, and he was able to tell them that he had been taken, and that they were holding him against his will, and all this other stuff that was going on. And apparently, that was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Nobody did any investigation.
Shocker.
Turns out, now a year and a half later, they've been in an 11-month investigation and everything else going on. And now that kid, he's back with his family in Pennsylvania.
Thank God for that.
Thank God for that. And the other people that were being held are now trying to find all their regular families and everything else. But this was 20-something years in the making. I can't.
I couldn't.
It was literally right under the noses of everybody.
Yeah, and I mean,
in the public.
And then what makes it worse is, like, you always kind of get this little twinge of embarrassment when it's in your own backyard,
Yeah, like when it's in California, you kind of expect it, but when it's in
yeah, exactly, you're gonna you expect it to be anywhere else, but not Cumberland County in North Carolina.
Like,
I mean, that's
not like 2 hours away,
Yeah, that kind of makes you. That makes you. I don't know.
Makes you hurt.
It does. It's like it made me embarrassed, to put it that way. But I can't. It just goes to show that this kind of stuff is slavery is not gone.
No,
just in case you were
still think that they can control other people's lives.
Oh yeah, well, and I mean we roll it out like that with the government all the time. But let's just for the sake of the argument, let's be fair about it. It's this is somebody who, in both instances, they took people and literally kept them as slaves to work in. The one was working in the fish market, and other things to help fund their religious cult,
sect.
Whatever. Yeah, sect. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
The ones in California, there's no actual like a motive necessarily yet, other than the parents are just nuts. It looks like. But still,
yeah, pretty much.
But still, I mean, I can't see ever needing to chain my child to the bed. I mean,
there's
some drastic things, but
this is a very new age parenting styles.
Apparently,
but not that far.
Apparently, it is very, very new age.
New age.
Way outside of my. Yeah, I'm not. No.
It makes me very uncomfortable just thinking about it, honestly.
Well, yeah, and I mean, how do you do this to a kid? You know what I mean? Can you? And then let's look at from another perspective. Look at the older kids, especially for the ones in California, like the 29-year-olds and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Zero social skills. Can you imagine how they're gonna have the rest of their lives are gonna be?
No.
Trying to function in society. Trying to function in society. A lack of trust for anybody. I mean, this is anything. This is gonna be bad. I mean, it's not gonna be good. Bad. It's not gonna be good. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And I feel for these people, but just like I said, this goes back to this is one of the few things that are it's near and dear to Stephen and mine's heart is we're completely against slavery virtually of any kind, and it
virtually.
Well, virtually, yes.
What's in the virtual? Lee?
I don't know. Maybe food related.
What do you mean food related?
If I want to make you eat, food of a certain kind, then I should be able to do that. No, I'm kidding.
What if I'm allergic?
That's why God made the EpiPen. No. But no,
I am allergic to a lot of foods.
Yes, you are. Bless your heart.
Sucks.
It does. But no,
there is no virtually.
No, there's no
man.
virtually. It's
we are against slavery of all shapes, sizes,
colors,
creeds,
yeah,
whatever. It doesn't make sense. It's one man does not have the ability to control another.
No,
against their will.
No, and I mean, and you could argue, well, it's raising my child. I can do. No, I mean,
You're not raising your child. You're destroying your.
Yeah,
child.
you're destroying him, and then once there's a point that they're going to have to go out on their own, and at this rate, in a situation, especially like these kids are in right now, there's no way they would ever be able to leave because they couldn't function on their own because you've destroyed them to the point of being completely inoperable. Yeah,
I mean, these kids apparently they not only were they like chained up like that to the beds, but they were chained up to the beds like 10 hours a night.
Yeah.
And then they were forced to go do manual labor, and then they came back home, were force fed, and then back to bed, and that was literally it. Nobody saw them or anything.
Yeah, I couldn't. Oh.
I don't
know how you. I don't know how you could do it to your kids. You know, I understand. You know, if you get to a point sometimes and children get unruly and it gets frustrating and yeah, okay, but nothing ever warrants getting to a point where you chain your kid to a bed and you don't feed them and you don't.
No, and I mean, so one of the other things between that and then the Cumberland County folks, the cult that they were. When do you get that crazy where you believe that you can just take people off the street?
That's a good one.
Kids of any age and just steal them and steal their futures.
You got me. That's a good question. I mean, that's, I don't know. I don't know. The whole idea of slavery or slavery period, but especially at a level like this, and especially in 2018, to me is I cannot wrap my brain around it.
It doesn't make sense.
I can't do it even a little bit, and it's just it's sad. But it just goes to show, like I said, that the stuff is not gone in the least. So make sure you teach your children what to do, stranger danger, all of that fun jazz, because they're going to need it. So anyway, now that we have completely brought the entire thing down, I'm going to attempt to control this board some more and run this show tonight. You're listening to Defenders. I know, this is, God help us all. Welcome to the train wreck. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back, folks. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Oh, Steven is not with me. In case you're watching live on Facebook. He is. He's alive in spirit. It's almost like the voice of God kind of thing.
Dylan, hit the transition button.
Do it now.
No. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing my best, and I think I'm actually pretty good considering. So
yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since you've had to control the board, so it's all good.
it is. It has been a while, and I think I am doing phenomenally.
You're doing just fine.
Shut up.
Just fine. Of course, I can't see a thing, so I have no idea.
No, I know. I'd see that's the bad part is I have like 3 computers up and running, and I can't look at nothing to find out anything. So we're gonna be slowly checking in on in the breaks. We're gonna try and check the Twitters and everything else. But get at us with the hashtag Now I Know. You can find us. We are live, Defenders of American Exceptionalism on Facebook, DOAE Show on Twitter. Lanterns.buzz. Actually, we're live on the Lanterns.buzz Facebook page as well.
As well as their
YouTube and Periscope.
As well as their YouTube and Periscope, yep.
Indeed. So.
Indeed.
Yes, and in case you all are just tuning in for whatever reason, North Carolina is under snow apocalypse, and Stephen was unable.
We are closed.
We're closed. We're closed for business.
You can go home now. We're closed.
So Stephen is in his home, and I am in mine. We're both in our comfy pants, and here we are. But we were not going to let a little bit of snow keep a good thing down.
No. I mean, you got to keep a good thing going, right?
That's what they say. Except for this. This is not a good thing.
Well, that's why it needs to stop.
That's why it does need to stop. Okay, so the private formerly known as Brad.
You don't have to call it private anymore because, dishonorable discharge and...
Yeah, but if you think about it, the private formerly known as Brad can also be formerly as...
joke.
I know, but it sounds better. It rolls off my tongue. Don't ruin my jokes. Just because you're at home doesn't mean you can get all saucy, mister. No.
Whatever. I'm always salty.
Yeah, so anyway, so the man Bradley Manning, and I preface I'm not one to what's the word I'm looking for? Encourage insane behavior.
Right.
If you have a problem, like if you look at my hat and you say that my hat is pink, I think you're nuts, and I'm not going to let you pretend, or I'm not going to baby you, allowing you to say that it's pink. I'm going to keep correcting you and say, no, it's not pink, it's black.
You're going through the whole gender identity thing here?
No. I'm literally stopping it as if you think that you are a boy in a girl's body and you're trying to become a girl, but you were born a boy, then you're a boy. I'm sorry. I'm not going to cater to your insanity. I'm not going to enable you to continue on with your insanity, the craziness that is. If you were born a boy, biologically you were born a boy, you have the twig and berries downstairs. Even if you had it lopped off, you're still a man. There's nothing...
Genetically, yes.
Yes, there's nothing that you can do. You can take, I heard a great example is you can take a water bottle and you can pour it out and pour Coke in it. It doesn't make it a Coke bottle. It's still a water bottle. Just happen to have Coke in it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, not going down that thing again. But our one of our beloved fans, heroes, the Manning man, apparently has decided that he wants to run for Senate. All
I can think of right now is the Austin Powers "It's a Man, Baby." That's all I can think of right now, and I don't know why.
Oh God, it makes my head hurt. I wanted
it's to. It's a man.
It's a man's man. Okay, I really did. I tried to get the video off of the internet. You see what I almost did?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, trying to run everything by myself, I forgot how hard it all is to do this, and when you add more stuff, it just becomes even harder.
It's even harder.
It is. So I was trying to get the actual video for it, and I'm telling you, if you don't get a chance to look at it, we'll go and put it on Facebook here very shortly. The video is
creepy.
It's one way to put it. There's so many different weird.
Think of like an anonymous. Think of like an anonymous cut YouTube film with like the antics of Antifa.
Yeah, because there's actually there's a lot of clips from the protests of Antifa in it, so it's a little weird. It is very anti-government. Like I'm not talking like not like anti-big government. I'm talking anarchy. Yeah. And that's what this has a feel of, which is a little bit ironic that this individual is trying to get into the government.
And also the Democrat Party.
Yeah, it's a lot to chew on just right there.
I mean, you could at least say you're an independent.
Right? That would, something. But
would that make more sense? That would make more sense.
Yes, but then again, that's something that you don't have, especially in politics. It's not just a party thing. You don't have that anywhere in politics.
When you can't even decide on your own gender, I mean.
Yeah, exactly. If you can't decide who you are as an individual, I'm pretty sure that the rest of you is just a collage of excitement.
An odd mess.
Well, the question though is we think about this, and the reason why we're bringing it up as a whole is because what are the actual odds? Seriously, is there even a remote possibility that Bradley Manning has a snowball's chance in hell of actually making it? That's what I really would like to know.
And see, I'm of the occasion that yes.
Okay.
Yes, Manning does.
Let's see what you did there.
Mm-hmm. And so let me go over where I think this is actually pointing to. So you have the Antifa movement, Anonymous, you've got all these civil rights groups, and you have the youth of America, the college youth of America, that's really oddly anti-government, but also crazily socialist at the same time. And I don't understand how that works, but they've been brainwashed basically for all these years to be both anti-government and big government at the same time. And it doesn't make sense. But anyway, so that's what this is pointed to. This is pointed to all the social groups, all of the younger groups, the Antifas, all of these groups and people that are of the age to really dig into this sort of thing. And it's not only pushed that way, but you have the entire video is even...
it's creepy. Like, it really...
It is narrated by Manning.
Which makes it even creepier, if you want my humble opinion.
I mean, did he have did he have that high pitch of a voice when he was still a he? When he had his...
You know what? I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know. I don't remember.
He still had everything attached the proper way. Was his voice that high?
I don't know. I don't know. He does kind of have a resemblance of sounding like Minnie Mouse.
Yeah, exactly. Which was weird. It's like, what was he, Mickey Mouse at first, and now he sounds like Minnie? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that, and on the one hand, I'm not overly surprised that he would make a run for this. I really don't. The problem that I'm having, and the question is, like, for me, like, a reason I doubt that he actually will get there, aside from the fact that he literally has he's completely contradictory.
Crazy?
Well, that too. Wrong C word. But yes, he's very anti-government, but I want to run for the Senate.
Right. So that doesn't make sense at all.
No. What are you going to do? Like you're just going to get in and then turn around and collect a paycheck? Do nothing? Like,
yeah. I mean, that's what he did.
That's what he did
forever.
in the Army. Yeah. Well, now and who in their right mind, in all honesty, there's a reason he's no longer in the military. Okay?
Yes.
It was because he was given access or somehow got access to classified classified materials. Okay?
Because of his job, yes.
Yes. He got a hold of them. And then he released them to the public. To which point he was dishonorably discharged, served time in jail, pardoned, and is now attempting to live his life as a woman.
Well, you got to hold up on there. Hold up. One correction.
Mm-hmm.
Did not release them to the public. Release them to WikiLeaks.
Well, who turned around and released it to the public.
Right, and it almost got tons of our military killed.
Exactly. Yeah, let's not word it down. But my point still stands. I'm skimmed over it to a point to make this point and you want to even consider electing this individual to give them more access to more classified information? Are you stupid? What?
Yes.
Really? That's a genius idea. That's why I really believe. Look, do I believe that America has gone over the deep end right now? Yes. There is a lot that America, as people, not forget the policies, just as people, as we in our heart of hearts need to work on, there's a boatload that we've got to get fixed.
Me too.
Yeah. But I don't think that America is that far off and this ignorant to even consider actually electing Bradley Manning. I don't believe it. No, I don't. Now, I'm not saying that he's not going to get support. I know for a fact he will. There are nutballs out there everywhere, and I got that.
You overestimate the populace.
I don't believe he will even. I don't even believe he'll get the nomination, let alone get in. I don't.
Have you ever watched the videos of like Steven Crowder where he goes to a college and he says, "Here's my point of view, convince me otherwise," and he just sits down and lets people try to convince him?
I've seen of them. I haven't watched them, but I've seen of them.
They come up with these dumbest freaking arguments that they have no idea what they're saying ever in any situation.
Because nobody's ever challenged them before. And that's why I said he will get supporters. There are people out there who might support him on this. But, I don't even care that he would be considered an anarchist. I don't even care that he would be. That's not even the point. The part of my hang up with this individual as a whole, the first stop was the fact that he was, through his previous job in the military, had access to classified information. He turned around and he gave that to a website which deposited out on the internet, which turned around and almost got people killed. And now you're going to...
Basically, he committed treason and was only released because he got his...
junk cut off.
Yeah.
To put it nicely and
bluntly. That's the only reason
time.
why he was released.
Yes.
Because he was a transsexual.
And now you want to turn around and give him access to...
And a paycheck?
More? Yeah, and pay him again to have access to do this?
Pay him like $100,000 and give him access to stuff like that again?
Here's the deal. And he's... All right, so he's... For all intents and purposes, a lot of people can argue that he really didn't get in trouble. I mean, sure, he was in jail, but I mean, it was for how long? I'm trying to look here, see if maybe I said something.
5 years? 5, 6 years?
5 or 6 years, okay? So, that's it. 5 or 6 years technically for treason. And
well, I mean, it was like a 20-year sentence that it got dropped off.
Oh, yeah. No, that's usually you only lose it like a couple of years for good behavior, not 14.
Yeah.
Just saying. But I don't know. Somebody, like you said, it's going to get to a point where he'll probably get the run, he'll probably get the support. But if you people think for a second that it's going to be different, and he, like I said, he barely got in trouble for this. Do you really think that once he makes a sentence, he's going to get in trouble for anything? That nobody gets in trouble for anything there.
This guy's going to have a ton of skeletons in his closet.
Oh my God. Well, no, but I'm saying that he'll do this and it'll be open and it'll be just like, Hillary having the server in her bathroom and everything else. It's, whatever. No one's going to care. No one's going to say anything. No one's going to do anything.
Except for with this guy, you just open a door and say, grab a bone.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
I can't. We're going to have to go on that one. Folks, we are going to be right back. You are listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to the Lanterns Radio Network. We are the network dedicated to empowering the individual, illuminating the truth, defending American exceptionalism, and inspiring future generations. Stay connected and get involved at Lanterns.buzz for great radio. Get commentary and news of the day. Lanterns.buzz.
And welcome back, folks. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Ooh, boy.
Man, what a night.
What a night. I'm trying to push buttons and... This is you're laughing.
Hey, Dylan, while you're distracted, while you're heavily distracted, what is the...
I hate you.
How much weight have you lost on your new diet?
Really? We got to do this again?
Yes.
I apparently
back up for the next one, man.
Okay, I stalled. They
Uh-oh.
Hold on. I'm gonna explain it. So they reintroduced pretzels, which I don't eat pretzels. I really don't. Like I the only time I
you
ever
do now.
no. So because they were trying to introduce gluten back into, and then which I find is a load of crap. But they're like, here, eat our pretzels, because our pretzels are the only ones that we can tell. And so I got their pretzels, and I ate them for like 3 days, and I didn't lose anything. So it was being said that there's a possibility that, we're gonna leave them off for another 3 days and see, and pick them back up again in 3 days, supposedly. And if it flatlines and goes up and down like that again, then, or not up and down, but because I didn't go up. But if it flatlines and stalls again, then there's a possibility that I may have, air quotes, a gluten intolerance, which is a load of garbage because I don't eat pretzels in the first place. I didn't gain, so it can't be an actual intolerance. And all that. So long of the short is I don't eat pretzels anyway. So I'm just cutting them out entirely. I don't, whatever. And I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing as it is. So, but as of right now, almost 14 pounds.
You're going to wait until they reintroduce something that you actually like to eat.
Or something that, but something that's I would actually find a challenge. You know what I mean? Like dairy. Right now I haven't had dairy in 2 weeks at all.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that, for me personally, is a big one. Love cheese, love milk. Okay? When that gets introduced back into it, that's one I'm going to sit and worry about. That's the one I'm going to kind of weigh. That's the one I'm actually going to check and follow the rules. I'm sorry, but pretzels, I'm good. I hate you. So bad. Like you don't even know. Anyway, as if y'all hadn't figured it out, this wonderful train wreck is brought to you by Dylan.
The show today is brought to you by Dylan.
Yeah,
and Dylan Lyles.
I'm twisting, turning the buttons and hitting things, and oh my God,
I don't know what's going on with that.
I have much but see, Steven's used to doing this. I'm not.
That's true.
It's a little bit odd for me.
and to know you're not really the techno marvel that.
Well, I can learn. Like, here's the thing: I can learn if I can sit up. See, here's what happened is, and we're gonna brief sidebar on this is so obviously Steven's not in the studio. He is at home. He's on Skype. We're kind of all snowed in. But what happened was when we started upgrading things and adding things to the show and doing more stuff, broadcasting on video more, and et cetera, Steven went through and pulled up the settings and everything for his stuff and went blah, and he set it up the way it would work best for him. Right. Nothing wrong with it at all. Nothing.
You just don't know how to use it yet.
It is. It's not set up not I'll say my way, like our ways are bad ways, but I wasn't the one that set it up. If I'd have set it up, I'd have set it up the exact same way he did. Problem is I didn't do it. So I don't know to hit this button and this button to make it do this. And I don't know to hit this button to turn that off, and I don't know all that stuff. I have to go through the hard way and scroll. So anybody who's watching this on Facebook Live, I apologize for the lack of the quality that usually is DOAE show. I humbly apologize. I'm doing the best I can and clearly need more practice.
Oh, so speaking of lack of quality.
Oh God, the lack of quality.
Let's talk DACA and this government shutdown.
I don't want to.
By the way, government shutdown.
Is anybody really scared of a government shutdown? Really?
It's not even a government shutdown. Everybody knows this, right? It's not an actual government shutdown. All it is the shutdown of the, quote, non-essential government employees.
Yep.
That means the people that don't actually need a job, that they don't actually need to have working in the government, those people don't go to work.
Basically, as in the people contracted to do the cleaning. It's a good place to start.
Or about 17,000 different agencies that have no real job.
Yay, 2/3 of the government gone. Yay.
Yay, and everything runs more efficiently somehow. Whoa!
Isn't it weird? But it's funny how everyone makes a big deal. Like, oh, well, if the government shuts down, you can't function. Because societies, well, I was going to say, because societies throughout history have never functioned without a government.
Right.
You know, yes, you can have a structure of sorts, and yes, you can do all these things of sorts, but no, you have to have a government. By God.
The point is that the government would still be there. The main essential portions of the government would still be running. They'd still be active. Everything would still be fine. This is literally funding, like, the Parks and Rec people.
Yes. Which, let's be honest, who's going to be in a park right now during snowpocalypse? I'm not going.
Especially on the East Coast.
Especially on the East Coast. I ain't going.
No, not happening.
And there's not even that, well, I was going to say, there's not even that good art. I mean, there are some good parks, but I started to say something.
Well, you know what else would be shut down?
What's that?
Another place that would be shut down? The government agency and offices for climate change research. That would be shut down because it's non-essential.
Oh, darn. I don't know.
It's not essential. It's the same building that got shut down when its grand opening, it got snowed in. It was good times. It was great.
But yeah, so they're threatening to shut it down
over DACA.
Over DACA.
Over the repeal of DACA. So this is the Democrats telling Trump, if you repeal DACA and don't work with us, then not only are you a racist, but you're a racist that's going to shut down the government.
Yeah,
and he's saying
that was almost verbatim, by the way. Chuck Schumer, from the senator from New York, actually said that virtually verbatim. If you want to prove that you're not the racist bigot that everyone is appearing to think that you are, then you need to go along with us. Yeah,
do what we want.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
Is it bad that I really wish it that like? And I know this is so not presidential, but then again, Trump is not exactly he's not the president of the past. He's completely rewritten everything. So at this moment, being that that's how he is, Would it have been like just my first thought was if I was Trump and I heard Chuck Schumer say that to me live on television, I would have sent over like a bag of pee. I don't. This is what I think.
No.
This is Chucky. This is what I think of you. Have a good day. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, again, is that presidential? No, but Trump is not a presidential kind of guy. You know?
I mean, you just have a full physical.
There you go.
The cup. He just sends the cup that he had pee in and everything, just throws it through his window, lets it explode inside.
Pour it all over the limo, front seat, something like that. Oh, look, he ate asparagus. Anyway.
Oh, no. He can go grumpy old man and put like a 2-week-old dead herring in the trunk of his car and just let it sit there and rot.
I wonder if politicians do stuff like that to each other, especially the ones they don't like.
They have to.
Or like haze the new guys coming in, the juniors coming in. Oh, look at the new senators. Let's turn around and.
You know, it's just a giant fraternity anyway.
That's what I thought, but I mean.
It's a giant fraternity that everybody does everything to, and nobody talks about it until somebody has some sort of breakdown, and suddenly they all have to spill the beans on that one guy.
Oh yeah, I know, because that's how it works. That's what's important.
Yeah, it's like they all know all the crap that's going on with everybody. They just decide not to talk about it until somebody says something stupid,
which is all the time.
Right.
But seriously, but how? So DACA is what is basically is
executive action.
Yes, which could be and was attempted to be overturned by President Trump.
Which actually he did.
That's what I said. It was attempted to. The problem with it is some douchebag judge who has a chip on his shoulder decided that no, we're not going to do that. That's not constitutional.
Even though he has no authority.
Yeah, he doesn't have even if you like, and I heard what his argument was, the judge's argument for a reason why he picked that, and it literally just says, well, I just feel that I think Trump is racist, and so therefore I think he's racist, so therefore I assume that him wanting to repeal this is racist, therefore I won't allow it, which he has zero authority to do.
So he went Shakespearean for it. I think, therefore he is. Pretty much.
And here we are. I don't know. The point of the matter is Trump has every right to, by executive order, get rid of DACA. And for all intents and purposes, I think I don't know. I mean, I think something should be done. It should be gotten rid of. You shouldn't. If you want to come up with a plan for something, fine. But usually everything like this leads to amnesty. And I'm sorry, there are people who are doing things the right way, who pay boatloads of money, go through all kinds of tests, prove themselves to the United States in every way,
and still get rejected.
They get rejected. And then there's the people who even the ones who don't get rejected, you still pay a boatload of money and you get in. And what was the point? Are you going to, here's my thought of this. If you're going to repeat, or if you're going to keep DACA in, if you're going to allow these people to be able to stay and go to the front of lines and do all this stuff and get the freebies that you're allowing, then I think that the government should start giving refunds back to all of the legal immigrants that came over here and are now legal citizens but paid the money and did everything the right way. I think they should get their money back.
Well, no.
No, they should. No. Because if you're going to let everybody else come in and do,
that's more money going out to the government. No, but I'm actually our buddy Jonathan Dunn.
Mm-hmm.
He recently had a new episode on the Blaze for his podcast that he does, and it was talking about DACA and about what the problems were with it and all the issues. I like where he comes from with it, which is very simple.
Okay.
Every moment of every day that you are here illegally is a new crime.
Yep. It's a new count.
It's a new count. It doesn't matter how long you've been here. There was a story that's hit multiple places now about this family. They've been here for 30 years. Their kids are 21 and 19 and 17, and all their kids were born here in America.
Yep.
And the parents are getting sent back to where they originally came from because they finally got caught or something. It's okay. They're only getting sent back. I'm sorry that they built their entire lives here, but they weren't here legally in the first place.
Yeah. I mean, you
they
shouldn't
knew
have been
that
here.
there was always a risk.
Yes.
They always knew that there was a risk involved, and that risk was getting caught and deported.
Mm-hmm.
And for this to come out of the story, that's like, oh, this is so heart-wrenching. This is so, it makes you, bleed
It's
tears
so
or something.
unfair. They've done nothing wrong.
Yeah, this bleeding heart bullcrap. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
no,
I'm not. I don't.
No, there are millions of people dying to get into America the legal way.
Yeah. Yes, and you want to go back to people, our dear friend Jonathan Dunn, who is been trying to get his citizenship in America for the past almost 15 years, and is not able as of yet because of just because the government is the way it is not able to not been able to get in.
And just weird qualifications.
Yeah, it's all kinds of but still the point of the matter is people like him are completely pushed aside, forgotten, and not cared about, and yet these poor people, and I'm using the term poor very loosely, they they jump a fence, they swim a river, they come in here, even on, some of them are staying even on visas. They are able to get in here on a work visa and then never leave.
That's like 60%.
Yeah, that's a good majority of it. And don't forget what's it called when you bring the family
chain
along.
migration.
Chain migration. That's it. That's another one that becomes a crappy situation.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna come over because my brother came over.
Exactly.
No, you're not.
Yes.
Sorry.
You're gonna stay there, and your brother can do the exact same thing you did.
Look, man, when people move from state to state, they don't bring their brothers along. I mean.
Yeah, not anymore. I mean, those days are over with. The whole family loading up in the caravan and leaving, that doesn't happen anymore.
Right, but I'm talking about, adult families saying,
yeah, but that's what I mean.
Hey, you're my brother. I'm going to come move with you to another state. That doesn't happen.
No, unless there's something wrong with you. Unless there's something wrong with you, and that's different. But
and then you're a dependent.
Yes, bless your heart.
And probably a Democrat.
Wop wop wop. Of course it is, but I think the whole going back to the very beginning of this, as I'd mentioned, it irritates me because they kick the can down the road. They wait till the very last minute to pass something to keep the government open, and then they turn around. And it's the exact same selling points, it's the exact same arguments, it's the exact same excuses, and everyone, it seems like to me that the people that hear me, especially if you would hear it based off of, the media the way it is, you hear everybody talking, and all of a sudden, they're shocked. It's like, oh, I can't believe the government's about to be closed. Oh, my goodness. And no one catches that it's the same thing. It's the same song and dance every single time. Nothing is new, and yet we keep electing the exact same people into office because, we know that name. We don't know this other person's name.
I'd rather take the guy I don't know.
At this point?
I'd rather take the chance. I'd rather take the chance on the person I don't know.
Well, I would rather...
If I can look up...
But I agree with you. But that's what I'm saying. We need to stop going by name recognition. That's how you got Trump. All of those that are listening that hate Trump, that's where Trump came. And I'm telling you now, everyone who loves Trump, eventually he's only going to get 2 terms. Tops.
I mean, at most.
At most.
Yeah.
He might not get to that second term, but if he does, he's only going to get a second one. Okay? Then after that, he's gone.
Funny.
Guess who's going to be on the tail end, though? I promise you, it is going to be far worse than Obama was.
I was going to say Pence, because Pence is all right.
Yeah, I could do it, but I'm saying I could deal with Pence. But I mean, if let's say Trump got, another run. If he got 8 years, I promise you there will not be a Democrat after Trump. I mean, there will not be a Republican after Trump. There will not be.
Oh, no, not for another 20 years, no.
Exactly. And if you think that Trump is bad now, all you on the left, and if all of y'all thought on the right that Obama was bad, y'all are all about to get a huge awakening. There's probably somebody for the left.
Bernie Sanders, if he's still alive.
Oh, God.
Elizabeth Warren, if she's still persisting. I mean, but
I'm not.
And so funny thing, right? They recently did a survey. The news media did a survey of Democrats that voted for Trump.
Yeah.
And you know what they came out with?
What's that?
Those people still like Trump.
Odd how that works out. Well, that's that. I haven't killed the show.
Yay.
You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Thank you so much for tuning in to this train wreck. Thank you for sticking it out with us. I did my best. Stephen will be in studio Saturday, 9 p.m. our next show. Everything will be fine. You catch us at Twitter at DOA Show, Facebook at Defenders of American Exceptionalism. You can find us at Lanterns.buzz. Check out all the hosts and the articles out there. Great stuff. Won't be disappointed. I think that's about it.
Yeah. Oh, Patreon.
Patreon.com/DOA Show. Sorry. So much stuff going on. We'll see you guys on the other side. See y'all Saturday. Bye-bye.